welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing my version of Junk Journal January 2024, hosted by Meg Journals, and I'll put a link to her channel in the description, and Get Messy Art. The first page spread I've already done. A little bit of truth telling here. I started this and then I thought, well, I actually don't have time. And then I decided to jump back in. And that's because there are so many things about doing this at the beginning of the year that works for me. And a big part of that is kind of, it's a beautiful way to jumpstart my year. Like I try to incorporate my word of the year in here. They had the resolutions. I'll show you that in a minute. Here's the printout that I did. I did it on tea dyed paper, coffee dyed paper. And these are all the different prompts. And of course you can go to Meg Journals or Get Messy Art and get this printable. And I'll go ahead and try to get that in my description box too. I'm not a part of the collaboration, meaning I'm not one of the people that was kind of pointed out to do these. Do a journal page for it, but I like to share when I'm doing something like this because I'm finding it to be very, very inspiring for me to do some of the things this year that I would like to get done. This year I'm going to be trying to focus a lot more on my Etsy shops, and yes, I have more than one. The one for Ephemera, I'll put the link in the description box. The other one's home decor kind of stuff, so I'm not going to worry about that. But I have a lot of stuff I need to put in that shop. So let me show you real quick. This is my resolutions tag. And as you can see, my word of the year being healing. My shops, having more of a presence on YouTube. And house and garden plans. Those are basically my resolutions for the year. And as far as I'm concerned, I have so much to do. This is enough. Now, I printed it out on coffee dyed paper, and it did this to my resolutions word. And I almost covered it. I almost did it again. I almost did lots of different things. And then I thought to myself, I think one of my resolutions needs to be to accept imperfection. And so, yeah, I left it. I thought it looked kind of fun and quirky, and it's basically, my printer speaking to me on many levels is what that is, because I never know what my printer is going to do next. Yeah, it's got a mind of its own. And so, yeah, I used a regular, one of my library pockets from one of my vintage books that I got from a thrift store. And here's my word of the year, healing, which I'm still trying to do over whatever it was I caught over the holidays. And then here's page 2, which is quotes. And I'm going to be using, hopefully, a lot of quotes in this journal. Healing is a matter of time, but it is sometimes also a matter of opportunity. I thought that was just such a wonderful, Hippocrates came up with that. Yeah, a genius that came up with something. But anyway, it's a quote from Hippocrates, which I don't even know when he was on the planet, but it's been a while. So yeah, words of wisdom from centuries ago. And I really enjoyed how this came out. Now, what I'm going to talk about next is the group that I'm using a lot of in this journal. And it is from Tracie Fox. And I'll go ahead and put a link to her shop in the description box. And she has this beautiful group of herbs in her shop, and I haven't used these yet, but look at this. This is some lavender, and I thought that herbs, healing, I thought they just went hand in hand, and so I thought this would be a great group to use throughout the journal. I'm not going to just use this though, because there are so many other beautiful things in her shop and in a couple of other shops that I am probably going to be using. So this is the background of that from her shop, and then just some whatnots, lined paper, tea dyed, coffee dyed, just a few things here and there. And let me show you, I wanted to show you the other thing. Oh, here it is. Here's a piece of it. So let me show you this real quick. Now, this is something that I've tried to do in the past, and for some reason it wasn't something that stuck. I don't know why. I don't know if it's because of the way I put it together, or if I just don't know why it's never worked and why this one works so beautifully. This is taking, here, let me move my camera up. That's a little bit better. Okay, so Meg Journals, when she did the prep for Junk Journal January, she put together a tote with all the things that she felt like she would need. And like I said, I've tried this in the past and it has never worked for me, but for some reason this time it does. I love it. I don't know if it's because I actually picked out some really awesome little gizmos to go inside, whatever. But I've been using the heck out of this tote. It's got my glue sticks, my glues, I have a little jar here with my pen, punch, scissors, my little brayer. Over here I've got some ink and my little corners, my corner cutter, or yeah, punch, my corner punch. And then I have these just some regular old manila file folders, and then I cut this one down for smaller bits. But yeah, I have just been using the heck out of this little tote. It's just been wonderful, and I just stick my little journal in there, all my little bits and pieces. I've been trying to keep my groups paper clips so that I can just find them really quick. So that's been one thing that I think has been super helpful. This is my word of the year, and I printed it on clear label paper in a bunch of different fonts, and I'm going to be using that throughout. I'm going to be using this throughout all my journals. I worked really hard on getting journals done over the holidays, and that push to get those done taught me so much about how I want to go forward with how I put my journaling in there. And word of the year didn't make it very far into the year, but this year I think I'm going to try a little bit harder. It was a good word. I used it throughout the whole of 2023. It was perfect. I just didn't incorporate it into my journaling the way I want to do that this year. And so, where was I going with this? Oh, I was just going to show you what was in here. So I just bits and pieces as I find them. You know, I'll come across different things, and I'll show you something in just a second that I came across last night that I had completely forgotten about. This is a freebie from Tracie Fox, and I'll put a link to her her channel. You'll have to go to her channel and then go into her description box to get the freebie, because you have to join her, I don't know how to say this. You have to join her newsletter. Yeah, you have to join her newsletter to get her freebies, but believe me, it is worth it. It's so funny. This never happens, but this group was sitting on my desk after I had printed it up, and my husband made a comment like, wow, that's a really nice group there. That is some really pretty paper. I've never heard him say that about anything that I printed up. I was really impressed by that. Let's see, what else do we have in here? So this is another one I want to show you. This is Tracie Fox also, and this is her latest group that you can purchase from her shop, and it's called Daffodils and Daisies. I'm a daisy fanatic, pretty much. Yeah, it's crazy. I love daisies. I actually still own daisies that my husband and my daughter planted from seed over 20 years ago. And they're in my garden right now. I move them every time I move house. I dig them up and I take them with me. And I also had a dog named Daisy. So yeah, that's pretty clear on that. Love this group. The daffodils of this group I'm saving for spring, but daisies are year-round in my world. Okay, sorry my voice is still kind of nasally and kind of gross. So here are the smaller bits. I've got a little library, handmade library card, a little postcard, vintage picture, tags, dictionary pieces, just all kinds of fun little things I keep running across that I think might work. Let me put this aside. And then I have even these smaller little file folders that I shared, I think, in my last video, that as I find smaller things here and there, I'll go ahead and put in there, and that fits over at the side, so that's fun. Okay, sorry about that. We have students that walk by our house in the afternoon, and sometimes they're just a little bit too excited. So this is throwback. So day 3 is throwback, but this one I'm struggling with. I don't know what I want to do. Like I said, it's called throwback, and this is a subscription card that I found in an old book. Now, I have no idea how old this thing is, but I loved the flowers, of course. I love marigolds. And because I don't know what I want to do with it. I might turn it into a journaling card. I don't know. But so this page might be a bit of a struggle. So what I'll probably do on this one is I'll probably just, stop talking, put on some music, and kind of fool around with this page spread and see what I can come up with, and then see if I can get this one done. And I'm not sure how far into this I can actually go, but I'm going to do the best I can. So I'll put on some music. I'm gonna try to put timestamps for the music in case you don't like music, don't want to listen to it. You can go ahead and shut the sound off, but at least you have an idea of, like, if you want to listen to your own music, or if you want to just listen to absolutely nothing, like a lot of people do, you have that option. So I'm gonna go get some supplies. I'll be right back, and I'll work on this page. Okay, I feel like that is enough. I didn't really talk about this image very much. It's from I'm not sure if it's a book on the forest, trees, the mountains, but it's kind of a beautiful, you know, some birch in the background, a foresty kind of with flowers, and it's very springtime looking, but it's snowing outside, so I don't mind a little bit of springtime in my journals. This right here, I decided I wanted to go ahead and put a journal spot. It came out a little bit on the crinkly, wrinkly side, but once it's dry, it'll definitely be usable. And I'm thinking the colors worked really well. The bird was kind of a last-minute idea of mine. I had this whole little collage cluster that I wanted to do on here, but I didn't really have a plan of what I wanted to do after that. And so this bird is from another one of my favorite shops, TheJunkJournalStudio on Etsy. And she's got a beautiful collection of birds, flowers, butterflies, just all the different elements that you need to make kind of a fun, soothing, natural kind of a page spread. So yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and end with this one because it took a little bit longer than I thought it would. And I'll go ahead and continue with some of these other pages in other videos because I don't like my videos to go too long. So I hope you like this page spread. Again, the name of this one is, oh goodness, what was it? Let me get my little gizmo out. I've been bouncing back and forth from one page to another trying to plan. So here we go. Oh, throwback. Yeah. So throwback, that's this one right here. And yeah, so the next one is Tuck Spot, which I already talked about. I'll get that one done. And Daily Log is going to take a little bit of time. So today, I believe, is the 8th. So it's neutral. And I've already done, I've already kind of gotten a little bit caught up on planning these. So hopefully that won't take too long. So I hope you like this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And until next time, have a good day. Bye-bye.